back on? We're back! Did you miss us? All right, so we were mid-discussion about playing overseas versus playing here. And my thought process, which I will rein in because I was getting a little long-winded, is that I do love that there are multiple opportunities. I think there should be maybe staggered leagues, so an A league and a B league. I don't want to lose any opportunities for players. I want there to be as many contracts as there are now. But I do think that the focus is a little bit distracted for volleyball fans. Although I don't know, maybe having multiple matches per day is awesome.
Here's my take. First of all, I think we have like 2.5 leagues because Athletes Unlimited is like, for all intents and purposes, an off-season league.
Yeah, like a championship, like an all-star kind of.
Yeah, kind of. It's like kind of a warm-up,
Okay.
like
So
some
you
players
consider it like
choose to.
pre leagues versus after league.
Yeah, it's like preseason, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Just like when it runs, it doesn't run at the same time as the other two leagues. Its format, you know, um, I, I think that ultimately Athletes Unlimited has a bit of a limited growth potential because you can't see yourself supporting a team, right? The teams change in, week out, so you can follow your favorite players while watching it, but it's not going to necessarily garner the same amount of respect from fans who like love following the brand or the team or their hometown town team and following that journey.
Yeah, there's been a lot
But
of talk about missing mascots and missing colors, and like if you're a
yeah,
diehard orange and green fan because you went to University of Miami, that's missing a little bit at Athletes Unlimited. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And like in the format that it's in, it's just you're just never going to get that. But why? Like realistically, as much as we don't say it, we do have like a top league and a secondary league, right?
Okay.
League One, everyone knows is kind of okay. That was a big block by Tessa Grubbs there. I think Atlanta's done just to get touch on this match a little bit. Atlanta's done a really good job of kind of staying emotionally in this match as they've gone on, and they haven't let Austin run away with it too much, which I think is really important in the first set, is just feeling out the other team. But as I was saying, a we unofficially do have kind of a top league and then a secondary league,
Mm-hmm.
right? The top recruits from the NCAA go to League One. All of the women's national team athletes who are playing in the USA are playing in League One, right? It is, for all intents and purposes, the better league. Now, of course, MLV will never admit that. But I also think that it's a really good thing just for the entire growth of the game, right? There's never been any sporting league in the history of North American sports, other than the MLS, that hasn't actually, the MLS has had it as well, that hasn't had a competing league with it. You look at the MLB, you look at the NFL, you look at the NHL, the NBA, there's always been a competing league. And what that provides is just more opportunities for growth. It provides that competition, right? It's the same thing as like having that rivalry in club. Like if there's a town where there's two big clubs and they're just competing to beat each other, you're going to want to do better, not just for the growth of your own club and your own team, but you want to do better because you want to beat the guys over there or the
Yeah.
girls over there in whatever you want. So I think that ultimately, I would love to see a situation where this grows into maybe a merging of the leagues, and you have a tier one and a tier two, and a promotion relegation, just kind of like what we see in Europe.
Mm.
But right now, it's amazing that there's two different opportunities because in some places like Nebraska, you've got two different teams, and that doesn't only mean two options for the players to go play for, but that's two options of volleyball professionalism growing and being worked on, right? That's all of the support staff around the game, all of the business people around the game, all of the different brands that are getting involved. So I think that we're going to see this kind of showdown go for the next 5-10 years, hopefully, and then
Really?
eventually there's going to be some type of reordering, right? Just kind of like what we've seen in other leagues before in the past. And I think it's just to the benefit of volleyball. And like if you look at the MLS, where they have kind of had a hard time really establishing themselves, it's like the biggest sport in the world. They've had a hard time establishing themselves within that, popular narrative in North America. And it's really because they haven't really had a competitor. Whereas like, the NBA had the ABA,
Did
and
they?
there's
I didn't know all
different.
this history of basketball.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The NBA had the ABA as well. I mean, in this beginning of the NHL, which is like the OG professional sport, there was a number of different leagues. Like the NHL was actually built out of spite because certain teams weren't allowed to join the NHA, the National Hockey Association at the time. Um, and later on, and like much later on in the 70s and 80s, there was also the WHA, the World Hockey Association, that a bunch of the different NHL teams came from as well. But yeah, whenever you see that this competing leagues, it always ends up producing a better product
Mm.
later down the road.
I
And I
mean, I
think
guess
that, like,
in terms of capitalism, that's what you want, right? You want
yeah.
competition because it breeds excellence and the cream will rise to the top. So I don't I don't know which league that will be, and I obviously have ties to love, so I that's where my loyalty lies. Oh, was that set?
Yeah, that was for the set too. Maddie
Okay.
Skinner just absolutely, she crushed that first set. She was absolutely dominant in set number one here. Let's see.
I was looking at some of the
How many?
stats. I
9 points for Maddie Skinner in that first set. Yo, she was 8 for 12. She also had 4 digs. Damn.
8 for 12. That's pretty good.
4 digs and a block. 8 for 12. Damn. That's not bad at all. That is pretty damn good. Um, but
We
yeah,
were
and then like just talking about like the two leagues too, there's also just the big thing that the business models are very different within the two leagues.
true.
MLV is a very traditional, like, hey, we have teams, we have mascots, we have different ownership groups in each of the each of the cities that are going to be a part of the ownership group of the overall league. And I mean, that's kind of why we saw the PVF get strong armed to being the MLV, because Omaha was going to leave, and you know, all of these things that we don't really need to get into right now. Whereas League One owns everything, right? They own all of the individual teams, and not only do they own the individual teams, but they also own a whole bunch of club teams underneath. So the whole
mm.
business model is different because their business is run off of running those club teams. And ultimately, it's going to be interesting to see kind of what prevails further down the road, but I think we are just getting started. And I think anyone calling right now for these two, entities to make peace and kind of come together doesn't really see the big picture at the moment, in my opinion.
Sorry, I'm just posting a little Instagram so people know we're live. In case they want to join us. We
Oh yeah,
should
I
do
should
some
post the
comments as well. Are there any comments
I should
coming in,
put
Danny?
I'll post the new
Let me.
link in the Discord.
Yeah, where are all your Discord peeps? I thought they were gonna harass us. Um,
So did I.
like, give me 2 seconds. Let me just post this.
But yeah, looking at these sets or these stats from set number one, I mean, Maddie just 8 for 12 in the opening frame is just ridiculous. Whereas Atlanta going for a bit more of a spread offense. Adams with 5, Eva Hudson with 5, Tessa Grubbs with 4. Hudson getting a lot of volume early on in this first set. She was 5 for 13. Grubbs was 2 for 7 with, was it a dig and an ace or two aces?
What are these graphics? This is new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at
Grubbs is
that. I
someone.
love
Okay,
that.
we talked about her just briefly.
Yeah, yeah,
That I think this was when we were off air. I can't even remember now. That
yeah.
she's someone that kind of wasn't on your radar. She was injured last season. She got injured pretty early and didn't really play very much. Same thing with Athletes Unlimited. She didn't really get on the court much. But the first 2 or 3 matches, she was dominant last season. But like you said, she's only really played in a couple of places overseas and not big name teams.
Yeah, like not big name teams, not even big name leagues. Like she's played in Slovenia, France, and Switzerland. But then when you look at the early season stats, like she's all over the leaderboards, right?
Yeah.
If you're looking by at a per set basis, like she's second in points per set, third in kills per set, first in opponent in system, which means that she's keeping her opponents to only 23% in system when she's at the baseline, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Second in good block touch percentage, as well. So she is crushing it on both sides of the ball, blocking, serving, and attacking. And oh, I love that first ball there, to Ofevu. But yeah, Tessa Grubbs is doing it. She's putting up big numbers offensively, but she's getting the job done from the baseline and blocking as well, which you love to see from your opposite, when they're not just out there scoring and they're able to help out into different areas of the game as well.
I have a quick question for Danny. So is it a brand new stream now? So I would have to put a different link.
Yeah.
Oops, I put the wrong link up. Sorry.
Let me send you the link.
I'm still standing. Oh, look, there is a Discord person. Blake Trasler. Do you know him? His comment is super important that Maddie finds some rhythm, but we need her to actually maintain. That's not a bad shout. That's kind of what we mentioned early on, is that her numbers can be off the charts, but she can also have sets where you just don't see her at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting to see, can she keep it up? Because especially right now, no one else not in Austin is really hot. Like Bree has just been feeding Maddie. And I mean, I've seen that quite a bit with Bree, and she loves to feed Kira when they're playing on the national team together for the Canadian national team. So Bree is very comfortable overloading that right side. And I mean, it's good because she has someone like Maddie, but if Maddie kind of falls off in her production, can Eggleston or is it Banks, the other outside for Austin, can they keep up the pace as well?
It is indeed.
Key, whatever you're doing, do not give June a shout out in the chat. They are a thorn in my side in the Discord. And no, not actually. June is great. Actually, when June first joined the Discord, we were at our throats. We were at each other's throats quite a bit, and then they've slowly became one of my favorite members of the Discord.
All right, June or Junie? Junie Lee.
It's Junie Lee, but their Discord
shout
name
out to
is
Junie Lee. I already like her or him. They're here.
Him, actually. I made that mistake. Made that mistake too, actually.
Junie, thanks for being here. Do you have any questions, Junie, about this match? Are you streaming the match that we're watching? Or not? We're watching Austin, Atlanta. Well, kind of watching, because Watchalong it's hard. Watching along. Got it. Just posting this link. And then we're back in, Key. Come on, focus, lock in.
Oh, okay. I love that setter dump there by Fairbanks. What a perfect time to do it too.
Oh yeah, that's good. You know who's really good today? Speaking of not this game, the Champions League match we just did, Jansu was so good. Did you
know what? I love Jansu Osbe. Just the way that she runs her offense, and you can tell that she plays with so much passion. And I mean, sometimes I think technically sometimes maybe she lacks a little bit, but what she lacks in her technical ability, she makes up in just straight passion and fire and grit.
Yes.
Oh, that was a great run by Fairbanks.
This watching along is definitely a skill. I feel like my whole attention is distracted. Like the match is streaming here, but on my screen I have the YouTube comments and I also have our Zoom so I can see your face. Yeah. There's so much going on.
To be honest, like watching me is the least important because you'll be able to hear me, and I mean, that's all you really need.
That's what it is. I need to train my eyes where to look.
Yeah, it's just like middle blocking. It's all about eye discipline. I love this run by Bree here. Oh.
Okay, so since you're Canadian, Tell me everything I should know about Brie. Obviously, I know a fair bit. I played with her at Athletes Unlimited. We actually had an interview recently. We do calls with some of the players before every match. And I was just catching up with her. But tell me what we need to know as fans about her gameplay.
Oh, what do you need to know? In terms of like a game plan, or in terms of like who she is as a person?
Yeah, whatever you got, scoop wise.
I feel like people like, she's one of the most outspoken players on the women's national team. Like everyone knows that she has. I think that was in. They might have to go to the replay of that. But, you know, like everyone knows that she has an album out, that she's a great singer, a great songwriter. She played at Trinity Western University, which is arguably like it's one of the top 2 institutions for volleyball in Canada. Post-secondary wise, it's either them or Alberta, both on the women and the men's side.
I was gonna say, I feel like every Canadian player that I do any research on always went to Trinity Western.
Yeah, especially on the men's side. I mean, but that has changed a little bit since Benjo has left. Oh, that is out. I think that's out.
Wait, that's in.
No, that's out.
No, that's in.
Oh.
Come on, that's in.
No, I think that's out.
What?
That's real close.
Everett, look at it. Are we looking at the same thing?
Yeah, we are.
No chance. That's definitely in. What they call?
But I think one thing about Brie that people don't really realize is that she was pretty ready to just after school be done with volleyball. She had never really been on the radar of the women's national team. She had never really been in the fold of any, you know, younger teams or any, you know, age group teams, but before that. And then it was former or current University of Georgia Tom Black coach who was with our team for a little bit, who kind of convinced her, if I'm not mistaken, to get into the fold and try out for the team. And she really made the team and then became our starter. And it's basically like her, Kira. Alexa is one of the few players who kind of has a foot in like both the generations, because she's a little bit older. But it's her and Kira Van Ryk who have really stepped in and have changed the culture of Canadian women's volleyball to be in like, this is currently the best version of this team that we've ever seen. And Brie is a big part of that change.
Yeah. I know when I spoke to her, and kind of the vibe that I get is that she gave everything to qualifying for the Olympics last summer, and they missed it by an inch, right? Anyone that knows the world of volleyball, they just missed out. I think Netherlands went in. It came down to the mathematical winners and losers, but she kind of gave everything for maybe 8 years trying to make the Olympics. And now she's like, look, yes, I love volleyball, and yes, I want to go to an Olympics, but I'm not doing it the same way. I'm stepping back during the summers. I'm giving myself some grace. I'm having a social life and a little bit of life outside of volleyball. And if it happens, great. And this is the year that they have the best chance of it, right? Because LA and USA is already qualified. But she just was like, I'm not giving it my whole life again. If we make it great, but I've kind of come to terms with, if I don't become an Olympian, that's just how it is.
I think it's really tough because there's so much riding on becoming an Olympian, especially in Canada, because of how, you know, in Canada and the States, there's just different ways how we fund our national teams. In the US, it's all mostly private donors, right? So you have private donors and alumni and all of this stuff. That was a sick swing by Adams down the line, by the way. Atlanta's doing a really good job of just keeping their head above water in this set. They started really strong in set number 2, but they've really been able to neutralize Maddie really well. But as I was saying, you know, in the States, a lot of the funding comes down to individual donors, whereas in Canada, it's all government funding. And there's other things in there too, but government funding is the big piece. And a lot of it is based on if you are an Olympic possible, like if you're going to the Olympics or not, right? So much rides on the team and the funding and everything if you can or can't go to the Olympics. And then there's the other piece too, where as a North American athlete, this is why, you know, League One and the MLV are so great, but as a North American athlete, it's so hard to live that life year round, right? When you finish your professional leagues in Europe or maybe in South America, like Brie was playing in Brazil for a number of years, then you come back and you have a week or two maybe with your family, and then you have to go right back and to be with the national team. And, the national team, luckily enough for Bree, is centered in Vancouver. Her family's based out of Langley, which is, about an hour away, but still, like, it is so much time and effort and dedication. And actually, I think we saw in Canada last year a number of players kind of step away to kind of take care of themselves. Like Eric Lepke did so on the men's side, Danny Demyanenko as well. Stephen Marr kind of retired so that he could, take care of his family as he was expecting his first child. And we saw Bree do that, as well as Kira Van Ryk. I know she got injured. Kira got injured during the VNL, but she possibly could have come back for the World Championships. And I ultimately think it's a better idea not to burn out our athletes. And now that, Bree is, she's playing in Austin, which is, a couple hour flight back to Vancouver, as opposed to playing in Brazil, which is a 11-hour flight. It's just way more feasible to go back and see your family at home. So I think that's a big part of it, is just being able to see your family, see your friends, whereas it's really not possible if you're playing overseas and elsewhere. So you have the twofold of the depression of not being able to see your family and friends, and then all of that pressure where, making the Olympics is the be all end all, which I honestly think is detrimental to volleyball. I won't lie.
Also, Brie just got married to
She did.
a fisherman. Like, in Alaska, he goes to Alaska for 4 months out of the year. Like, so I just find that phenomenal that she's married to someone so far removed from the sport. I guess technically he was a soccer player. I think he also went to college, maybe the same place. She said she got introduced by one of her other teammates, who I've forgotten the name of already.
Yeah, I also forget his name, and it's like, as I've met him. I was down in Rio
Cody
last.
is his
Yes, I was down in Rio last fall working for Volleyball World on the beach side, and of course, this is when she was playing for Fluminense, or no, sorry, not Fluminense, for Flamenco, and she had come and she came to the venue and introduced me to her. But I didn't know they got married. That's sick. Good for her. Congrats,
Yeah.
Brie.
Awesome. Okay, speaking of Brie and volleyball, lock in.
I
Also,
don't
can
think.
we answer some questions?
Yeah.
This is like my favorite part of these lives. Okay, scrolling back up. Junie said,
Maddie
long
has.
time no see. He's really excited to see you.
Yeah, I've been a little dead in volleyball and volleyball sources. I haven't really been doing anything. It's just volleyball's tough sometimes. It's
Dado Volleyball said, Key and a stooge.
that tracks.
Everybody loves
Although
you, Everett, though.
Dado is in Germany, so it's pushing 3 a.m. over there for him.
Dado never misses a stream, I guess. Key, are you technically allowed to rank all the opposites in the league so far, in your opinion? Sure, let's battle it out with Everett on our opinions here. Let me just go so I make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, number one, you can't overlook JT. We're talking about in the Love League, I guess, I assume.
No, JT is number one.
JT by far. Are we in agreement on that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next one, I feel like
it gets
Grubbs.
muddy after that. It gets muddy after that.
Yeah, I feel
sure.
like it's like she is tier 1, and then there's maybe like a few that are on par, and then everybody else.
It really depends, because I think just in pure production so far this season and impact, I think you would have to go with Grubbs. But then if you're going to go by vibes, then you'd maybe go Maddie Skinner.
Do you go by vibes, Everett? I feel like you're a stats guy and I'm a vibes guy.
Oh, no, I like my stats to influence my vibes, but I'm really more of an eye test person for sure. I go based off stats when I don't have anything else.
Gotcha.
But
That's interesting. I never would have guessed that of you. Maybe Rob is more the stats guy and you're more the feels.
Yeah, but I'm also a big fan of Zhang Yu, or Zhang Wei, the Chinese opposite, playing for Madison. I love her internationally. I think she has really good vision. And she's just such an all-around type of player that can do everything. So I'm really, really high for her. I might even slot her in at number 2.
Am I imagining this? She didn't play very much this summer. Is that because they were giving youngsters a chance, or because she was injured, or is this just a
I'm
memory
pretty, no,
that's not true?
I think she actually did. I think she was captain, no?
I have in my mind that she just didn't play that much, but that might, I might just, my memory is foggy as well. Oh, great tip.
Because I think that like a lot of their offense went, China's offense went through the left side this year because they had those 2 really good young left sides.
Yes.
Like they didn't even have Li Yingying.
So maybe that's what
And
maybe it was like her point scoring wasn't what it usually was, but she was still on the court.
yeah.
Okay. That
They did
yeah,
switch
made me
things
sound
up
like
a
I
little
know what I'm
bit.
talking about. You're like, yeah,
They did
yeah.
they did switch China did switch up their offense quite a bit this year, with they had the 16-year-old setter and a lot of it
So good,
a
by the
much
way.
younger team. So good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did become much more left side dominant. We've got a cracking rally right now.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dig. Keeping it going.
Stop. We need to talk about Pia
Oh,
Pinoy as well, by the way. She hasn't played very much, which was shocking to me. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bea as well. She was in Busto's youth team when I was playing there, so I remember her being like 16 years old. So I love that she's over here playing pro. But I was surprised that she was getting the start over Pia.
I do wonder how much of it is like a language barrier, especially for the Asian players. Like Europeans, they'll always tell you like, "Oh, my English isn't very good," and then you can have a full-on conversation with them, you know. But I've always, in doing like postmaster interviews, I've always found it very difficult to chat with the Asian players because they don't have the same handle on English that the Europeans do. Oh my goodness, what a block.
That was awesome.
Huge. But so this is kind of going into like Maddie Skinner has no points so far in the second set, and Atlanta has really had a hard, sorry, not Atlanta, Austin has a really hard time producing an offense right now without Maddie Skinner.
And
And
this was
in
kind of
her
my point,
replacement,
right? Like she's hot and cold. She's there and then she's
yeah,
just gone.
I would love to see
Speaking of
like
Bayish coming in.
I've been really hot and like really impressed by the statistics kept by League One, but I would love to see them. I would love to see individual sets. Like I'd love to be able to see how many attempts Maddie Skinner has so far in this set. Well, I guess we know she had 12 in the first set, and she's at 19 now, so she's 0 for 7, but she has no errors or anything, so it's not killing her efficiency too much. But I mean, we're even seeing Bree run that slide with Asia O'Neal to try to keep that separation, and that's kind of been one of their most Austin's one of their most effective attacks so far in this second set is that slide attack with Asia O'Neal.
Whoa, nice.
The separation there created by Fairbanks' set is so good, and I love that she has that confidence to just tilt her head back and just huck it to the right side.
Oof.
There we go. That's Maddie's first point of the second set here.
I think that's the most hype I've seen Eric be all season. He always is so calm on the sidelines, which I know a lot of play. Was that in or out? Out. Well, yeah, they might want to challenge that. But a lot of players have said like they really like how relaxed he is, and he kind of gives them a sense of ownership on the team. There's nothing worse than a coach that just barks orders at you. Oh no, out. Not even
You're
close.
not wrong.
Not even close. Oh, okay. Sorry, we didn't finish our opposite ranking. I also wanted to add Kimberly Drevniak in there as well. I think she's had some phenomenal matches where she just goes off. But similar story, she's not consistent.
I'm not as familiar with her game as much.
She's German. Actually, she didn't play with the German national team the last couple of years, so that's fair. And then Tammy Thomas-Alara is in the conversation too. What other questions do you guys have for us? Junie said that he's watching because Tia's a stud and wants to see Maddie flop. So rude. This is why I'm going to be really bad at live streaming, Everett. You already know this. I'm too sensitive of a soul.
Yeah, I mean, being around the Discord, and I mean, I will say, like, I have kind of driven the culture there. So we are a little bit cutthroat over on the Volleyball Source Discord. And people are especially, you know, and I've said this a lot, that like everyone knows who I am on the Discord, but like I don't know who anyone is kind of personally.
Yeah.
And so people can get pretty cutthroat out
That's
there.
the Discord
Like
life.
if you watch a match ever, like I saw people who were just like all over Markova today, be like, "Oh, Markova sucks. Markova is terrible." I was like, "Are you?" She gets blocked once, and all of a sudden, you know, she's the worst player in the world. So there's people out there giving opinions, which, you know what, is great, because that's what we see in men's sports, right? Like people have favorites. People love to get on the cases of you know, their favorite athletes and their least favorite athletes. So it's just creating the same playing field.
So they're asking where to watch. Can you drop the link in Everett or Danny?
So the link is USA
I can-
Network.
Danny?
I
But if
can
they're
drop
out of
the
US.
YouTube. Yeah, so if you're outside of the US, the YouTube link that I have just dropped in
Okay.
in the YouTube chat is where to watch this match,
I don't
which is
see it.
honestly great.
But
Everett, did you put it in the YouTube chat or in the Zoom chat?
In the YouTube chat, I can put it in the Zoom chat as well, I think.
Well, if you,
no, we don't need it in the Zoom chat. I just
gotta find it so that I can pin it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't see it either. And if you're in the
It'll
US, you
take-
have to watch it on USA, which I'm streaming through Hulu.
Everett, if you could put it on the Zoom chat, and I'll put it on the YouTube
It's
chat.
it's in the Zoom chat as well now.
Nice. Yeah, hopefully that'll get people able to watch it if they want.
I
Pancake coming?
won't lie.
No,
I'm
it's down.
pretty interested to see how well. I'm pretty interested to see what the USA women look like this year. You know, in
Yeah?
the second year of Eric Sullivan coaching. Oh, wait, that ball's down.
Yeah.
That's down
It
for
always
sure.
is. It's 99% of the time it's down, unless it's clearly up. If there's ever a question, it's always down.
Yeah, if it's ever like, if ever a player tells you like, no, it was off my fingers, it's never. The only way that it's fully up
impossible,
is if
yeah.
you feel it on the hand.
Yeah. So yeah, if it's anywhere in this area, it's down. It almost has to be like on the wrist for it to be clean. He's pumped up. He's fired up. But go ahead. What were you going to say about Team USA?
Well, I just felt like last year there was so much turnover. You had so many different players come in. You've got Eric Sullivan coming in, you know, as a brand new coach, and it was really hard shoes to fill, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about the GOAT of GOATs, arguably one of the best coaches of all time, like definitely the best American coach of all time, and what he was able to accomplish with that program and everything, and win Olympic gold and all of these things. And then, you know, you have to step in to those shoes with almost like an entirely new roster. Like that is, whew, just out. Maddie with another point here, getting hot late. But I think it's just, there's so much pressure, like on the start of a new quad. But at the same time, like if I'm Eric Sullivan, I don't need this team to perform until LA 2028, right? That is when the majority of like the noise of them not being able to perform at the VNL or at the World Championships in 2025 is nothing compared to the noise at them not being able to perform at the Olympics in 2028. Where
I was so confused, but why fans didn't completely wrap their head around that. I think you did a really good job of explaining that on your YouTubes, etc. But why wouldn't you, if you have this buffer, you have the Olympics to play with, why would you ride the older players that have already proved themselves? Like that would make no sense to me. If you just went and were like, we just want to win the VNL in 2025. Absolutely not. That would be so detrimental to the program.
Yeah, honestly think it would be detrimental to the program as well too. You know, the U.S. has in up here in Canada, when we do our national championships, it's only 8 teams, and the host always competes. You know, and it's always a thing where, if you are the host country or if you're the host school, you know that you're going to be playing likely that 8 p.m. match in March in the first quarterfinals. Oh, I don't think that touched.
It looks like she's missing a finger. The one who's got
Yeah,
wrapped black
that's.
tape. I think it's Molly. Looks like her
Oh, it
middle
does look
finger is
it
like
does look like
missing.
she's missing a finger. You're right. Yeah, I don't think that touched.
No, I don't think so either.
Um, like
It's crazy.
there's only one team in the world that knows that they're going to be playing on the first day of the 2028 Olympics in LA, and that's the US, right? So there's so much
Yeah.
to be figured out. And the reality is like, as we talked about on the top of the show, how many of those athletes, the Danny Drews, the Justine Orantes, the Kelsey Robinson Cooks, who are currently pregnant, right? Which means that they will most likely not be available for 2028. So there's a lot of turnover for this roster right now. And I've said it before that the NCAA is one of the best proving grounds, one of the best, you know, uh, just like development grounds for women's volleyball. Like if you look around the world, how many of those athletes have done amazing things at the next level from the NCAA?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good talent coming out of the NCAA, and you got to kind of give everyone a fair shake at things as Atlanta tie things up here with a big cross court swing by Grubbs.
I just want to quickly check where Grubbs went to college because I feel like she went to like Tennessee or
Tennessee.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That also not a big name school in terms of
There was
volleyball.
another player, oh, Nina Chaic, who played in the MLV or the PVS last year for Indy and played for Serbia this summer too. She played at Tennessee. I think a few years later because she was a rookie last year in the PVF, and Grubbs is quite a few years now into her pro career.
Yeah. I feel like Grubbs we haven't seen in a USA jersey. Do you think that's a possibility?
I think Grubbs is maybe a little too far along. I mean, I think anything's possible, right? All how you perform in League One,
Yeah.
right? But especially with this younger group, Maddie having already proved herself. You've got Olivia Babcock. You have Logan Lednicki as well from Texas A&M, who played some like it was basically Lednicki and Maddie Skinner this summer, who kind of switched off as the opposites for Team USA, right? So there's so
No.
many young, talented girls
Lednicki wasn't
in
in
that
it yet.
conversation. No?
No, Lednicki just finished with Texas A&M
I thought she
like a month ago.
was. Let me let me let me
Who are
let me
you
look this
thinking
up
of?
here.
Skinner and
I'm pulling up the roster right now for. Oh no, they had Samity. Sorry, they had Stephanie
yes.
Samity. But I think Lednicki played VNL.
I don't think so. She literally just graduated. And I don't think they bring any college kids.
They definitely brought college kids this year.
Who?
Yeah. She played. She played. She was on the roster for leagues for weeks 1 and 2.
Logan Lednicki.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at her profile on on the USA thing, but I'm gonna pull up the volley station from VNL right now.
This is boggling my mind because I feel like I
Yeah.
would have had her on my rosters. They were in Brazil week 1. And I definitely didn't have her on my roster. Rasta.
Rasta. Yeah, Logan Lednicki. She was definitely on the long list, and yeah, she got minutes. She has points from the first 2 weeks. She played against Italy, had 9 points. Played against Czechia, had 10 points. Played against Korea, had 9 points. So yeah, she played. She appeared in like 7 matches this year. One of them against the Netherlands was off the bench.
Wait,
But,
was this
yeah.
so she was in Brazil?
Yeah, she was in Brazil.
I probably literally called matches that she was on the court then.
Key, you've called so many damn
Everett,
matches
this is
this
how
year,
my
though.
brain. I'm literally like, is it elephant? No, goldfish. I'm
Goldfish,
literally
yeah.
goldfish.
Well, that was also disproven recently. So, just
What?
saying.
The goldfishes
Maybe
have
you
no
do have a
brain?
goldfish brain. But yeah, because I also remember there was like a bit of an interview with her before it was between with Lednicki before the NCAA Final Four or like during the Final Four, and how she talked about how her and Babcock like roomed together and stuff like that and were friends while they were with Team USA. So, there was no animosity between the two of them when they were on opposite sides of the net.
This is breaking my brain. How did I? I'll have to go back and look at my roster. I actually should go back and look at some of those matches and listen to my actual voice calling her name as she comes on court, just to prove it to myself what a dumb I am. I'm not allowed to curse on the stream, I don't think.
Yes,
I don't know.
you are.
We are?
Mhm.
Danny says we're allowed to curse.
Don't tell me that. I've been on my best behavior so far.
You guys are not broadcasters. You're hanging out, watching the stream.
That's fair. That's fair. We're just hanging out.
So if you want to,
I mean, I
We're
feel
just
like a lot of
hanging out.
the people watching are Volleyball Source fans, and they know what kind of potty mouth I have. So I will say that.
Speaking of the Volleyverse, the Volleyball Source fans, let's go back to the chat. What else we got?
I actually have a question for Everett.
Oh, go ahead.
Everett, how much are you on the men's game?
Depends on what level. Like internationally and professionally, like that's probably where I spend the most time. NCAA men's, very little, because it's almost impossible to watch NCAA men's in Canada. Often when I watch NCAA men, it's because someone's streaming it illegally. Sorry to whoever cares. In my Discord.
The secret is no one cares, and I'm in the world, so that's why I know.
No one cares about men's volleyball, or no one cares about
Illegal
streaming.
men's
Oh,
volleyball.
okay.
No one cares about illegally streaming men's volleyball
Gotcha.
because,
Yeah.
like he said,
It's the only place to see it.
no one can watch it except for the few small schools that are on ESPN Plus now.
I don't watch any men's volleyball unless it's international. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I watch a lot of pro. Like I mainly watch Italy and Poland. Poland is so easy to watch because there's games all the time, and then I watch a lot of the Champions League as well.
How do we, Danny? Weren't we talking about maybe getting the comments on the stream? Is it possible? No, not yet.
I'm working on it.
Okay, we're working on it. Should we bring? I wanted to bring up some of the. What about some of the Instagram things to react to? What do we think? Because there was one that happened this week, which I loved. I think you know which one I'm talking about. Do you have my links open? Will you pull up the third one? Keeping you in suspense.
Yes, I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about. I've been sent this 7 times.
Ooh.
So it's making the rounds. And meanwhile, I will read another comment. Blake Trasla says, has Maddie had a kill in this set? I think he was talking about the last set.
Yeah.
This is what I mean when she can't maintain her level for over a set and then won't cut it in the national team or in a playoff series.
Well, I mean, she did cut it last year in the playoffs, so I will point that out, right? Maddie was huge in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And they were my early season call. Like I called Austin because, obviously Maddie Skinner, but then I was a big fan of, why is she blanking? Carly Lloyd. I loved watching Carly Lloyd said back in the day. Yeah, like she got it done last year in the playoffs, but she was up and down for the international season last year for sure.
Am I imagining it? Or I feel like Madison Skinner is a game time player. She's like a tournament player. That's when she steps up and plays her best. I'm thinking about when she played at Texas and Kentucky. Is that right?
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of agree.
won 3 national championships or something.
Yeah. And like I don't know them, like them, because all of my interactions with the NCAA women and the American women especially is just watching them on streams and stuff like that. But my view from the external perspective is that maybe Avery is a little bit more serious and Maddie's kind of a little bit more fun and goofy. But as someone who is generally fun and goofy and unserious, people like us tend to be able to lock in when the time is needed the most. And championship season, that's when you're needed the most.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think that there's growing pains for someone like Maddie Skinner, especially because in League One they play a very American style, and American style is quite different from what we see internationally right now. And then when you go internationally and she has to compete with the Isabella Hawks and the Vargases and the Agonus and the Antropovas and those big opposites that we see internationally, it's a bit of a different story for her. And everyone else in the world is prepared for a big opposite, and she's not quite there yet internationally.
I tend to agree with you on that, having just watched two of the best in the world, Antropova and Boscovich, go off today.
What a match today.
So
what a match today. Also, what a run right here.
Also, Luki Dori
Because,
said, I'm going
she
senile.
like
He's not
Bree
wrong.
did such a good job at establishing that back slide with Asia O'Neill in the last set. Like Asia at one point had 4 kills. She was 4 for 5 kind of halfway through the second set. And really, like, you could see how quickly the Atlanta blockers caught up to Asia O'Neill, and it was just like running that like in between the pipe and the C ball. Like it's almost like a 6-2, like a back row just in front of the setter is a really sick run there by Brie O'Reilly. I apologize.
All right, I have it ready.
Wait, before we do that, can I repeat your hot take from last week, Danny?
Sure.
Tell Everett what you told me about Moni Nikolov.
He kind of ruined the game.
He's ruining the game.
I need to hear
bit.
more. Oh. You gotta back it up with facts.
All
right.
I need a little bit of I need this to be elaborated on.
All right. So my background is coaching youth,
Same.
young kids. So now all these 12-year-olds want to be Moni. So they're doing everything that a professional top 5 setter in the world is doing at 12 years old. So it becomes difficult to teach because they're like, oh, but this is how Moni does it. And since that's how he does it, they want to imitate. And it's like, no, you can't break the rules until you know the rules.
Okay. What do you think, Everett?
Oh, I think it's tough because on one hand, also coming from a coaching background, and what I recognize in Moni is that Moni he's a unicorn, right? Like he grew up around the game. His father is an all-time great. His father went to Olympic Games. He's a coach. And like we see it with Alex too. The Nikolovs in general just have an amazing like shoulders and hand contact, right? So they're really comfortable with the ball in general. So Moni's baseline skill level and knowledge of the game is really what allows him to, Eggleston, that was kind of gross. Just a little cut back down the line. It really allows him to open up the game in that way. And now I know that there's a clip out there of, DeFalco being like, Namir said he used to be like that. I got to see Namir set in 2013 when he was playing for the Netherlands. I got to see him set in Quebec City in the World League. Namir wasn't doing what Moni was doing. I'm sorry. Like it just wasn't to the same level. Like Moni is truly a unicorn.
Yeah.
So from like a coaching perspective, I fully understand that where, Moni does these things and he was able to really figure it out from the VNL to the World Championships of when to time it well and when to be able to set his team. Like I think the way he set his team throughout the entirety of the World Championships, where he really only has one option, and he's working with like a rotating outsides, like a young opposite that really isn't putting a lot of stuff away. and a couple of like decent middles. Well, Grozanov is fantastic. Petkov is pretty good. And the way that he was able to balance out his offense was really, really well done. And people don't talk about that enough. People mainly talk about his blocking, his hitting on two, and his serving and all that. But the way he managed his offense, I think is really, really good. But
So I agree 100%. What I meant by is I compared him to Steph Curry in the NBA.
yeah,
He's an all-time great. It's fantastic. But now everyone wants to shoot threes.
for sure. And like it is that balance of like, hey, you won't necessarily learn this unless you try it, right? And it's gonna have to be those growing pains. I think like if I was still coaching like I was back in the day and I had setters who wanted to try to be like Moni, it would be difficult, no doubt about it, because it's very much of like, hey, you need to learn the basics. You need to learn how to set the ball. You need to learn how to run the offense, right? You need to learn how to time these things, but those mistakes are going to come with the eventual creativity. So I think it's all about the balance of like, do you stifle their creativity early and have them run the offense, or do you allow like a little bit of play? Like for me, it would be very much like, hey, we're going to create situations in matches when I think it's appropriate for you to be able to run this stuff. Like, is it appropriate for you to run it maybe on like first ball serve receive? Maybe not. Maybe it's more of like, hey, we're in a free ball situation, let's go. Or like, hey, we're playing maybe a bit of a lesser team, we're up by like 7 and 8. Now I want to see you kind of go for it and create those opportunities, because they're gonna have to learn through their mistakes anyways. And I mean, I think you know as well as I do, you can tell a kid as many times as you want in practice, but once you get onto the game, into games, and they're on the court and they're just hopped up on adrenaline and sugar because they've been crushing Gatorades all morning,
Oh, yeah.
you know, they're gonna kind of do what they want, especially if you're coaching the younger age groups.
My point on this as well was that if these kids, 12 years old, you said, are watching volleyball, they are seeing clips of Moni Nikolov show up in their feed, that's already a win for the sport. So whether or not they think they can do it or they're trying to do it, like the fact that they are seeing it and it's showing up, it's not some other sport, football, baseball, basketball, that's taking their attention. They have volleyball idols. That's amazing, because that wasn't the case a few years ago.
No,
Correct.
I do think that there's an opportunity to like maybe break down, like I know it's 12 U's here, but still, like maybe you sit down and watch the game against the USA from the World Championships and break down some of his decisions. And you know, I think that's a really good one, because Alex was terrible through 3 sets in that one. You know, through 2.5 sets, and then finally got it going. He's outstanding, you know, in the fourth. But Moni really managed his team's emotions well, especially in that 3rd set, until Alex was able to start going in the 4th and further on. So maybe there's an opportunity to kind of give them even more exposure by being like, hey, we're going to watch one of Moni's matches, which was a masterpiece, and let's see what he did well throughout this match. On that note, I do want to give a shout out to Kanan in the chat, who you guys might know from TikTok, who is a fantastic creator on TikTok. Is it
Kanan or Janan? Do you know how to pronounce it?
It's Kanan or Kanan. Well, he'll tell us in a second.
I only came up across him like a day ago, and I was like, "Who is this guy?"
Oh, really? I
love it.
I did a preview for the USA Women with him just before Worlds and stuff. But then there's also a nice question in the chat here from Lukey Dory, who says, as a listener from the UK, I can't sleep right now. Key, what's your favorite memory from the 2012 Olympics? Can be on court or off court.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that one that throws a spanner in the works. That was so far from where my brain is. Best memory of the Olympics. Okay, I have 2. First one was walking out on court, and we were going through this long tunnel, and it was our first match. And you walk out and you can kind of like hear what's going on. You can see the court and all the excitement. And I looked through the tunnel, and in the stands, in this huge arena, I could see my parents, because my dad's a really big guy, and my sister and my mom, they were all like, just like right there. I was like, man, this is a freaking cool moment. So that was cool. And then off of the volleyball court, probably being in the food court, I'd say. We met a lot of really cool athletes there and made some friendships and connections that never would have happened otherwise. And the food court is basically just like a huge, imagine what you have in your college. I don't know. It's just a huge food court. Is I guess the best way I can describe it. You've got your Chinese food over here. You've got sushi over there. You've got barbecue there. You've got whatever you want. You take your tray and you go and you just get whatever you want. But seeing that, and then at the same time seeing, you know, Serena Williams or LeBron James or fill in the blank of your idol, just like going
That's
up
so sick.
with their little tray, getting their food like they're in high school. It was just like this really
That's
surreal
so
experience.
sick. So
Yeah.
real quick, just touching back on this game right now, Austin is kind of dominating this third set right now, up 15-9. And they've really been able to spread out that offense a little bit because Eggleston has 4, although it might be 5 now with that last kill. Maddie Banks has 3, and Maddie Skinner has 2. So Bree's done a much better job at spreading out that offense, you know, kind of like peanut butter, crust to crust. And, that was a big block there by O'Neill at
Crust,
Eggleston.
what is that?
Just, you know, pin to pin, crust to crust.
You
You got to make sure your peanut butter is evenly spread, right? You
I
don't want
love
one
it.
bite where there's like good peanut butter on the bread, and then another bite there's nothing. Yeah,
Is that
you
a
gotta
Canadian
spread it
thing?
around.
It must be a Canadian thing. What if you cut your edges off? No crust.
Then you're missing out. Then you're missing out on all the good vitamins. Okay.
There are no
if
vitamins
you-
in bread.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like a little bit more in the crust, a little bit more.
I don't
There
know
used to
about
be a
that.
lot of vitamins in bread. I mean, maybe if you have sourdough, then there's way more. Then that's good culture for your stomach.
Speaking of sourdough, here's the video.
Oh, speaking of sourdough, can you see the video, Everett? Will he be able to see it?
He will in the live.
I will not be. I won't be able to see it now.
Oh, you won't be able to see it now.
But
But you know
I'm
the
pretty
video
sure I
that they're
know.
talking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's the I like that. That's a nice little graphic out there. I can see it on the YouTube stream because I have it also up
Yes.
for the
Okay,
chat
but it's
and
a
stuff
couple
like that.
seconds delayed.
Yeah. But this was sent to me multiple times by all my non-volleyball friends. Like, oh my God, you see this? And I was like, yes. I've seen the biggest clip in the volleyball world right
But
now.
your non-volleyball friends? You have non-volleyball
Oh, yeah.
friends?
I mostly have non-volleyball friends, to be honest. Because like if I had only volleyball friends, then I like my partner is a non-volleyball person altogether. She's a dancer.
Oh,
So
yeah,
she
you
has her
told me
own
this.
world. I have my own world. And yeah, I mean, it's nice. If I had just volleyball friends, my head would blow up. Truly. Like, you know what? I'm like an onion. Okay, Key. I've got more layers to me than
I
just
bet
volleyball.
you do. I believe it. Before the stream, I was like, one of us is inept and one of us is adept. And one of us doesn't know what either of those words mean, and it's me. Okay, so wait, can we play it or we can't play it? Or did we play it? The technology is so hard. Or should we just discuss it?
We can discuss it until the get the full ready.
Oh, okay. So do the viewers know what we're talking about?
They know of the tweet and the Instagram
Oh, okay.
post. And now I am going to attempt.
To play it, but Everett won't be able to see it,
Correct, but he knows of
except
the
a
video.
couple of seconds delayed on the YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, but
so let's
I
just
know-
play
I
it so
know
that
what we're
everyone knows
talking about.
what we're discussing.
Because Austin is crushing it in this set.
Is Maddie back to doing the business?
She is, but also Bree is just doing a much better job of running the entire team. Because Logan has been crushing it. I think she has 5 points this set. Bree just got a nice little dump on her own.
Asia O'Neill with 10 points as well.
Yeah, Asia's been really good.
Okay, Skinner 14, Logan 10. Yeah, she's amazing. I feel like 2 matches ago she was the top scorer. Had like 20 points or something insane. You know, I
Yeah,
love when
Eggleston
middles
has
pop off.
Eggleston has 6. Maddie Banks has 4, and then Maddie Skinner has 3, and Asia has
In this
2.
set.
Bree has 2 in this set. So it's really like they went from just a Maddie Skinner dominated offense to really spreading it out, just crust to crust.
Correct. Let's try this one more time.
All right, let's do it.
There it is.
Wait, let me open that up again. Okay. Is it playing?
Mm-hmm.
Did it play?
It's playing.
Okay.
I'll play it one more time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it did play. So basically, it's Nishida, right?
Yes.
There's an
Yeah.
It's an all-star game. Where are they playing? Japan?
Yeah, it's the
Nagoya.
SV League All-Star game.
And he basically goes up and serves and hits this little girl in the face and sprints over to her and completely face plants in front of her to apologize. Why are Japanese players the most respectful and incredible humans ever?
I think it's just embedded in their culture, you know? Like that's how they rock. And I mean, a number of years ago, there was this one university team, Budo University, that used to come to Canada for the York Excalibur tournament. And, you know, they would like bill it with the players, and I would go hang out with all the players and just be around them. Like they were always the most respectful people possible. I think it's just embedded in our culture. And it's as soon as it hits her, even before, like Nishida is sprinting and he slides and is like immediately bowing. But, you know, maybe LeBron James is an apt comparison, but that's like a Yameen of soccer going and like, you know, bowing to a player. Like Nishida is Yuji Nishida. He is one of the biggest superstars in the game. So that girl, that volunteer, is probably having the time of her life. Like she's probably happy that she got hit by that ball because she had Nishida, you know, sitting there bowing for her. And
I was kind of annoyed's not the right word, but the fact that the camera guy just like was doing the loop and he got in front of her and she was like trying to actually speak to her and he just like didn't even care, just went through.
That to me, and I mean, Key, you've done some camera work. I've done some camera work. That to me was a faux pas. Yeah. You gotta get behind her, and I know there's maybe not that much room there, but you gotta go behind her because it's a better shot too.
Yeah,
right.
I think he kind of
if you just
the,
have, yeah,
the idea of what was going on there. He was just like, let me just go catch him.
But can we talk about the comedy behind it? Because that entire All-Star game was just a giant meme. You had liberos being thrown up in the air.
Yes, true.
You had guys holding hands to pass the ball, and then you have Nishida diving for 12.
Did you guys just see that? Pinoy just got six-packed really hard. Watch this replay right now. Molly McKay just got her right in the face.
Yeah, speaking of getting injured.
Oh.
Light work.
Yo.
Yeah, and she was just like,
where's the bow, okay, Molly? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I would have been great if she had just sprinted under the net.
And started bowing.
Blinded. Yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of that All-Star game, but I saw a few of those clips where they were just like grabbing players and like making them block and silliness. So it wasn't a
Taylor
real
Averill
All-Star game, or was that like before? Was that the warm-up?
No.
Well, I think they have like an All-Star game and then like a for fun All-Star game.
Okay.
Or I think it's just a for fun All-Star game.
The whole thing. Just for fun.
It's all for fun, Caesar.
It's all just funsies. I don't know. I've never played in an All-Star game myself.
Well, you could be the VIP one for the boys' high school in Miami if you want.
No, we're gonna make an All-Star Creators Cup. That's what we should do. Anyone who's in the volleyball world.
I can host it.
Yeah, we'll need.
We have talked about it.
Producing skills. I feel like Everett.
No, I can physically host it.
Oh, true.
With the location and everything.
I feel like Miami's a good spot for it. Everett, would you come to Miami?
Oh yeah, twist my arm, man. Like, let me go to Miami. Can we do it in like February or something, please? Like, can we do it in the winter months? Because I feel like Miami in July sucks.
If we made it like a Volleyverse hosting, we could bring sponsors in.
That's hard though.
Why?
Because it's in season.
In season. Yeah, we'll have to find a sliver of time when no leagues are on, because everyone is working then. But
I meant the physical locations in season.
Oh, true, fair. We got Everett. Who else? PME.
Yeah. Donnie, because we were talking about this.
Donnie.
The
Oh yeah,
system boys.
Yeah.
Out of system.
Yeah, for sure. Get the out. I mean, if we want out of system there, then we got to do it in the off season. Unfortunately, how hot is it in Miami in the off season though?
We can invite. Is it Kenan? Kenan?
Yeah, he's in Orlando, so he's not far.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Number one volleyball. Who else is oh, Eric Shoji maybe.
Yeah.
Who else makes volleyball content? We're a dying.
And I'm pretty sure number one volleyball, she's in Florida as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And then we could get Holly.
So is like 90% of volleyball content in Florida?
Yeah.
Nicole. Yeah, we could
Between
definitely get
you-
Holly and Nakoba to come in as well too.
Yeah, Nakoba.
Yeah.
Between you, Kanan, number one.
We're all in Florida, baby.
That's 3 out of what, the top 15?
There's only like 10 of us. There's not a whole lot.
No, I know. The out of system boys have been here
They're-
every summer for the past 3 years.
Yeah, they'd come. We get it. Anyone can come. Anyone in the chat, come on in.
Avid volley too. Like they're not an influencer in the same way with their face fronting, but they do some sick graphics on Instagram and on Twitter.
Yeah, they do.
And Around the Block, I discovered that one a few months ago as well.
Yeah.
Who are we
Those
forgetting?
boys are good.
Someone get in the chat and tell us who we're forgetting, because I feel like
JT.
I did an NCAA.
JTM.
I did an NCAA fantasy with the Around the Block boys, and like Cannon was there, and number one volley was there. Minute Volley was another one. You also had Sarah and Adam from the Volley Talk podcast, Sarah Pavin. And I finished last because I never once changed my lineup, and I had who was that really good girl from Miami on my team on the bench all season long. The one who Flo Marie. Yeah, Flo Marie.
You had her on your bench? What does that mean?
Yeah, I had her on my bench all year because I never changed my lineup.
Why?
And
all right, hold on. You've sparked my interest. How do you play fantasy volleyball?
That's a great question.
I forget exactly what the rules were. Kanan would know better in the chat because I think he did way better in the league than I did.
I need to make this happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Around the Block boys did a really good job of managing all of that. I was just a terrible participant.
You should have been the best of anyone. I feel like you have the deepest volleyball knowledge.
But like NCAA is my big black hole. It's like my one spot where the blinders are on, because it's hard to watch in Canada.
True.
Because so many of them, it's like I don't have access to the Big Ten network. I don't have access to any of these other things. I can't get ESPN Plus. And I had bought a Fire Stick, and I thought it was going to give me access to it, but my subscription ran out, and I never re-upped it. So I thought I was going to be able to watch it.
Allow you to stream illegally, kind of.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
So like for a while, I was like watching like Polish league matches from Polstat, which means I had like Polish commentators, which was great, and
look at the kids.
and stuff. So
look at Storm. Oh my god.
Yeah, like it's just
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I dropped the ball on it, and I think I actually picked a pretty good team because I wasn't that far off. I did finish last, but I finished last and never changed my lineup once, and I think I picked a good team, but I just didn't really execute, which is basically Everett in a nutshell. A lot of great ideas, no execution.
You know what? That's the hard part, though. I feel like the easy part is coming up with ideas, being creative, being like imagining a world in which, but then actually making it happen. That's why we need the people like Danny to actually make the things happen for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always want to be you guys, so that's what sucks.
All right.
You wouldn't want us behind the scenes for your stream, that's for sure. We wouldn't be good. Actually, Everett could probably get it done. Everett's multi-talented, not me though.
Is Austin closing us out in 4?
Nah. I wanted to go 5.
You wanted to go 5. All right. Yeah. Grubbs did crush that first ball there.
That's kind of what she does. All right.
So Everett, I got a question for you. There's a mystery of me as a character on this stream. and me and he been talking is that every stream I have to reveal a little bit more and more of myself.
Okay.
So we established in last stream that I have a history in Miami volleyball and I am a coach in volleyball.
Okay.
Now I want you to, and we established that I've done both genders as coaching, but now I focus a little bit more on the men's side. Now I'm going to throw you an alley-oop, and I want you to guess the highest level that I've either currently or have coached.
Can I do some probing questions here?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you and I ever been in the same room?
No.
Like, have we ever been in the same gym at the same time?
Never.
Never. Okay.
You're sure of that?
Positive.
He'd know if you were there.
I
Everett.
mean, unless you were magically at AAU National Championships in Orlando,
no,
that's about it.
No. Yeah, the only times that I've ever really been in the States was like for the First Point Challenge a few years ago.
Nope.
Or at like VNL stuff. Okay, so the highest you've ever done men's.
Yep. If you were there this year, you would have seen one of my closest friends.
Honestly, I was a little sad that I didn't go this year because it was in Phoenix and my partner's parents have a condo in Phoenix. So it would have been super easy for me to go.
Were you there last year?
No, 2 years ago when it was in Austin.
I was there last year, I think.
Yeah. They had asked us to potentially do the stream and then it didn't end up happening. And, yeah, we still went and it was good. I mean, I have so much respect for what Wade Gerard does with First Point and everything. But back to this question: what's the highest level Danny has coached at? I feel like it's not just like club volleyball. Like I feel like it's gonna have gone past club volleyball.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Close.
Have you coached like junior USA teams?
No.
No. Okay. That would have been because, like, like either like the youth of the junior boys USA teams here. As Atlanta, Key, you might get your wish here as Atlanta's out to a nice little 6-2.
I know.
Period.
This is the best kind of volleyball when it just goes back and forth and you have no idea.
Then if it's not, then I would have to guess like an NAIA team in the States
close.
because there's not really any Division I teams.
I have an active offer for an NAIA team, but that's not what I'm referring to.
Is it like D3?
There's no D3 in Florida.
Okay. So it's not NAIA, it's not D3. It can't be D1 because there's no D1 in Florida either.
Technically, there are.
Is it?
Because there's no Division II national championship. It's just one.
This is all
Is
you.
it like
I don't
the
know.
SEAC?
Am I allowed to guess
Is
as
it
well?
Is it in the SEAC conference?
We just played a school in the SEAC.
Ah.
Junie says we should play Champions League Fantasy, by the way, if we want to get involved in that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about NCAA men's. That's the problem here.
And the mystery continues.
We'll just keep asking guests to get.
But I feel like we're a lot closer.
Danny.
I feel like we're a lot closer now because we have more information.
We're getting there.
I mean, I basically answered it because if you look up NCAA schools, men's volleyball in Florida.
Don't give it away, though. I don't want people to know and come stealing you. Keep them on the DL. Okay, should we look at another clip? Or should I ask a trivia question? I guess that technically was a quick trivia question, but I mean, considering a trivia question about this match.
Yeah. Hit me with something from this match.
Okay. This one I feel like is maybe easy, maybe not. You might know this. Okay. Whose grandfather
Oh,
played for the Cleveland Indians?
whose grandfather played for the Cleveland Indians? Yo.
Okay, should I give you a double one? The same player with another piece of trivia? Or should I
Yeah.
let that one sit? The same player, her uncle was an American gladiator.
Yo.
Oh, I thought you might know this. Okay, so
No,
let's
I
let's
don't.
let's let that sit then. If you don't know, maybe someone in the chat knows.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a wild guess. Is it Tia Jimerson?
No.
Okay. That was I don't know why. Okay, it's obviously not Asia because like if it's Asia O'Neil, then like that family tree is ridiculous.
Yeah, for real.
Um yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, should we leave it to the chat and see if anyone else gets it? And then I'll give it away in a
Ooh.
couple of minutes. Don't give it away
Maddie,
if you know, Danny. Do you know?
Maddie's really good out of the back row right now. That was another
Even
big
me cheating, I
swing.
don't know.
Bree's doing a really good job at opening her up in the back row like that and getting her some swings. Also, Yellow Rova has 4 of Atlanta's 5 points so far. Like Atlanta's really been cooking down in the middle so far this set.
Yeah?
And I feel like that was the same thing in set 2, that the set that they won. Like they were really cooking down the and down the set with Ofeu and Yellow, and they brought in Yellow Rova. She started the past 3 sets. And yeah,
And I
Yellow
told
Rova
you,
has 4
Yellow Rova
points.
was not playing the last couple of matches. She was on the injury list.
That's wild. She's such
Yeah.
she's like the all-time leading blocker in the NCAA.
Yeah. All time?
All time.
What?
She has the most blocks in the history of the NCAA. Look it up.
How?
She's a really good blocker.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like,
But because she played for like a really small school.
and she was just their only person blocking. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did. I talked about this at the beginning of the yeah, she played for Washington State. But yeah, she's Czech, and I talked about this at the beginning of the World Championships.
That's wild. Speaking of blocks, did you see Carol's match the other night? For
No,
Nebraska?
I didn't.
10
No,
solo blocks. I think the whole team had something like 18,
No.
and she put up 10 of them.
That's wild.
She's insane.
Well, let's see what Yellow Rova is at for this match here.
Is she getting up there?
No, she has 3. Never mind. It's not that much. Oh, McCage got the touch on that. On Yellow Rova, too.
I hate the challenge system.
You hate the challenge system? I love the challenge system.
Only when it's good. Because when it's bad.
Only
It
when
just
it's
slows things
good.
down. You mean when it's blurry and you can't actually see anyway, and it's still a discussion even when they replay it?
And then the match is 4 hours long. Absolutely.
I feel like I'd rather have a challenge and get a second look at it, even if it slows the match down,
Oh,
rather than just go on and be like, oh well, and keep the discussion going for weeks.
Well, when the refs are bad,
Oh, Mackenzie,
the
no.
challenge is bad.
That was such a good cover there by Eva Hudson. Mackenzie went for a little too much for it there. Oh.
That's a double. That's a double. That's a
I don't think
double.
that's a double.
That's a
There's no more
double.
doubles anymore.
I
No,
don't.
the
No, there's
third
still
touch
doubles
over is a
if
double.
it stays on your side.
And
But if you put it
that's a
over,
double.
then it can count as a double.
That's a double.
But I didn't think she doubled that.
That's a double. Ugh.
Well, I'm not going to replay it. But that's exactly how. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't to end it, but there was an insane rally in the Champions League match today that was just thrown. I think it was Dangubic just like threw the ball over. Just wasn't hitting at all. Did like 5 of those and scored every time. And okay, not to go back to the Champions League match again, but the 4th set, did you watch, Everett?
Yeah, I did watch.
The 4th set was called Vakif way because
Mm-hmm.
Ognjenovic was called reaching over, but I thought the ball was in the plane, and I had to be unbiased, obviously.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was over.
Really?
I thought she was over. Yeah, yeah.
Because Gunesh looked up as if she was about to be called. She looked up at the ref and was like, no, no, and then realized she wasn't being called.
I think, if you're the middle setter in that situation, like you're naturally going to think that you're both being called. But I thought the right call was made. Like I thought Ognjenovic was over.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see it a few more angles. I'm surprised it wasn't challenged. Maybe it's not a challengeable. No, it is a challengeable offense.
Yeah, it should be. Maybe
they were out
CEV's
of
different.
challenges. He had been pretty loose with his challenges that whole match. Gaspari. Okay, so Junie thinks it's Logan. To my trivia question, it's not Logan.
Ooh.
How come no one else is guessing? Do you want to take a guess, Danny, if you don't know the answer?
I don't want to cheat. I cheated.
Oh, did you cheat?
I cheated. I used Google.
Oh, did you?
I used Google.
Is that so you could pull up an asset so when I say who it is, you can just pop their face up?
No,
Oh.
I just cheated.
Ah.
But I could.
Give me some more guesses, people.
I'll give you a hint. Her
Is it a
team's
player?
playing
Like, is it a
right
starter?
now.
I did. I said it was a player from one of these two courts.
That was the joke.
Oh.
But like, are they on the court actively or on the bench?
They are on the bench, I believe.
Ooh, okay.
Does that make it easier?
I mean,
think.
yes
Let me
and
just
no.
Double check. Narrows it down by 12 people. Yeah, she's on the bench.
Oh, Maddie.
Medicine, but I'm calling her Skinner.
Negative Ghost Rider.
No guesses.
So like one thing I've noticed about watching League One in general is that it's still very much that like tactical American NCAA style, where like the kill percentages and the kill proficiencies are a little bit lower than what we see in Europe. Like especially the efficiency of both of these teams is like hanging around like the 30% mark, whereas in Europe you're going to see that higher, closer like to the high 30s into the 40s. Whereas like the US leagues are still there's still way more touches and there's way more defense involved than we see in the international leagues. Do you think that's because like the scoring is better in like Turkey or Italy and in the Champions League, or just because the defensive systems are better in the US?
So you're saying that the kill efficiency is lower?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
And
in
like
the overseas, you just get more players that are kind of bombastic. Whereas
yeah.
American players, I feel like the rallies are longer. They're just not hitting quite as, I don't know what the word for it is, but you know, if there was a Boskovic out here right now, or who was the other opposite in the match today? Antropova.
Yeah.
Just no one would be defending that. You know,
Yeah.
those are just different hits. They're coming from a different trajectory.
Yeah. I have a bit of a theory about this, whereas like in Europe, volleyball is more viewed like it's like there's the men's sport, like the women's game follows the men's game quite closely.
That's
right. And the
facts.
women's game right now internationally is very much what we saw in like the 2000s and the 2010s, where you have a big opposite and you're just going to dish the ball to them, you know, 40, 50 times in a match. Brie, again, I love that dump. Ooh, yeah. Austin's really like closed this gap here nicely. But yeah, it's just kind of feeding that high ball and you let your big opposite swing away. Whereas in North America, you have the men's game that follows the women's game quite a bit more because the women's game is so much more prominent. And, you know, like in North America, we talk about like being patient until you see your swing there, you know, like being patient on the ball, letting like the game develop a little bit more, letting those rallies develop a little bit more, because like the errors aren't that much higher or even higher at all in like these matches than you see in Europe. But just like the attempt count is way higher in like League One, the MLV, than we see in other leagues overseas.
Is that testament to the defense though?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Like I think naturally, like that's one of the things that I've noticed from like especially the USA women, like they just don't hit the ball as hard as the international women, you know, as like the women on Turkey or Italy specifically, like China as well with Li Ying. I think for some reason, like Kira Van Rijk is a bit of an outlier on that because she just smacks the shit out of the ball all the time. Um, but yeah, like just a lot of the American women, they just don't hit necessarily the ball as harder, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Is she still on the team?
Who?
Your trivia?
Is she still on the team? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Okay,
thinking maybe
pass.
Kelsey?
No.
Well, Kelsey's technically still on the team. Who were you thinking?
Well, they made a video about it.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah.
No. That's not who it is.
Well, they lied on their package.
She might also. So Danny pulled up Gia Day. Did she play for Love last season?
She did. She played for Atlanta last season.
And I think she's playing in Japan or somewhere.
That's
She's another
why-
one of my
That's
volleyball.
why I asked.
She's another one of my volleyball players.
she wasn't in Japan last year.
She wasn't. Where is she now?
No,
I
don't know
she
now,
plays for
but-
the Red Rockets.
then maybe this year, but definitely not last year.
No, last year she played for Atlanta.
Last year, Atlanta.
This year she
Oh
plays.
damn, Mackenzie, that's a great swing.
I remember Mackenzie playing in Italy as well. I feel like I called a bunch of her matches over the last couple of years.
She played for Conegliano, didn't
Yeah.
she?
She played for Conegliano and Novara and Azajabashi. And
Oh yeah, she did.
And Aachen. I also played there. We're connected.
Oh, Maddie. She just hits that crossbody so well. Like that, like chest is straight and then she's just crossing it, going across.
Yeah, and she catches it quite high as well. Like she's not
Yeah.
bringing it down. Although even that is slow motion, you can see that she's still on par with the blockers. And when you watch Boscovich or Hawk or Antropova, they're just that step above the blockers. Like they can literally hit over them.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like you get a lot of that in these players. Maybe Jordan Thompson is the exception.
No, but even when Jordan Thompson was over there, like playing for Vakif Bank and stuff like that, she wasn't like she was clearly a step behind, in my opinion. In like she's, you know, there's that upper echelon of opposites in the world right now, like Vargas, Agonu, Boscovich, Antropova, I think like are the big four. And then after that, you have a next level of opposites with like JT, Magdalena Stisiak, Kira Van Rijk, and probably a few others. We'll have to see where Tatiana Tolok ends up in that, but it's hard with the Russians too.
Speaking of Russians, also Markova kind of popped up on the scene. Where did she play the last couple of years? She played in Vakif Bank, I think, last season.
Yeah, she's been at Vakif Bank for a little while.
Has she?
Yeah, she was there for sure last year.
Yeah.
She was a big reason why they won the league.
Last year,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, no,
Before that,
she was in Novara before that. I remember that actually.
Yeah, Turkey one season, Jakarta one season, and she went to UF and Syracuse.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ooh.
Yeah, boo Gators, boo.
Wait, what year in Syracuse?
She went to Syracuse 22 and just one season at Florida.
I won't lie. I've heard some bad things about that Syracuse program.
Well,
Like I don't like a lot of Canadians go down and play there for like 1 or 2 years, and none of them ever stay all 4 years.
Everett I'll drop another hint. It's connected to Syracuse in a way.
It's connected to Syracuse. My problem is like I just don't really know that many U.S. schools. You know.
I also don't know. I mean, I know the answer because I know, but I don't know how that would be a hint. I wouldn't have got it from that hint.
I will text it to you.
No, I know
Like,
the answer. Oh, you're gonna text me why it's connected.
Oh, that's a big block there. Oh, I think we're going 5 now. I think we're going 5.
We're going 5.
Oh, Fabu just crushed Maddie.
Oh.
And like, there's been a few times where like they've really bit with Asia running that that slide, and there was no bite on that at all. Like she stayed planted, and she was watching Maddie the entire time on that run.
Oh, God.
Oh no, Atlanta.
Wait,
No.
that one stings.
That one does sting.
Especially because
your blockers did everything you needed to do there.
But also, if the blockers didn't go, someone from the blockers needs to be on the tip.
Off blocker.
Yeah, the middle stayed in the middle. Stayed with Skinner, I think.
No touch. Challenge. No touch.
I think there was. I think there was a touch.
No touch. Challenge.
Touch.
It was all in the net. Nope. Challenge it.
That's another one of those 99% challenges. Like, if your blockers are doing their job, there's going to be a touch.
Not on that one.
Zoe Jarvis
Great
has really settled
slide.
down. Oh, I
Great
love that
slide.
run. I love that run.
That was nasty.
O'Neal hits it so well.
Daddy likes it.
He needs to help the game more.
He needs to help the game more? What do you mean?
Throw money.
He needs to throw money.
But on the guy's side, not on the girl's side. Ooh.
Oh, Fabu just gets up there, eh? She can reach. Like, that ball was behind her head, and it's almost a meter ball that they're setting her.
Yeah.
Oh, Asia middle dig. Let's go. Oh,
That counts for
may not be
double.
going to 5. That's a
You know it
big.
counts
That's a
for
big
double.
play. That's a big play.
In Puerto Rico, would.
No, it would not. Oh, man. I really hope it goes 5. I hope Atlanta stick the landing.
Kind of feels like today's game where, no lead was safe.
No. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot more of this. I wanted to ask you as well your opinion on these new rules as another 6 wing. The new rule is that you can move as soon as the ball is tossed instead of when you contact it. So you get a lot more opposites running to their position early than you used to.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
I like it. Just like let it happen, Like here's the thing is that I'm a big fan of 9-man volleyball, like Asian 9-man, and they just straight up like you play one position all the time, and that's it. Like I think that like I really like. And I know that this is a hot take for me that I really like the NCAA style with all of the substitutions because I think it provides a better product and it's much more akin to like American football where you have such specialized positions and you have like one job to do. I don't understand why like volleyball is naturally an anaerobic sport. Where it's all these like short, intense bursts of energy. So I don't know why we treat it like an aerobic sport where you can like where it's soccer, where there's like limited substitutions and you have to be out there the entire time and all of this stuff. Like let's keep our players fresh and going. Let's have them. Oh, wow. How is that ball still up? Let's keep the players fresh. Oh, is that out?
I think so.
That was out. I agree with you,
Oh,
Everett,
yeah. That's the end of it.
but for a different reason.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I like the ability to just like get in a position and not be like caught in a bad rotation just because you have, as people like stacked over everywhere. Like, let's just take all of that out of it. And honestly, I would love to see an international game where you had DSs. I think that would be sick.
Well,
I think it would prolong rallies. It would make things, a lot more exciting in my opinion.
But I think also it would make the game more exciting because then you get to see how the coaches get to strategize. Because like then the 6-2 comes into play, then the 5-1 comes into play, and then you switch to 6-2, and then you switch the setters, and like you get to play chess. You don't get to do that anymore.
For sure. I absolutely think that, like, watching, it was crazy this year, and it happens every year, but like this year really hit me the most about how watching the NCAA tournament comparatively to watching the World Club Championships is such a different experience altogether. Like, on one hand, we have the World Club Championships, and like, I'm just gonna say, like, it was boring to watch. Even the finals, and it was like it was a good game between Corneliano and Scandici, but like the broadcast sucks, and there's no production value, and you've got these commentators, not you, Key, never talking about you, who don't really know anything, and don't really know the game, and can't break down the game, and can't talk about the players out there, and just go silent for the entirety of the play. And then you switch over to the NCAA, and you've got like Kevin Barnett and an entire team of commentators, and they go to the panel in between, and they're like breaking down matches, and they're telling stories, and they're giving you like breakdowns of everything that's happening. Like, it's such a polar opposite watching experience, watching the NCAA to the World Club Championships. Like, I'd much rather watch like Logan Lipnicki and Texas A&M go off on Pitt than I wanted to watch like an epic, Scandici taking down the Giants for the first time in forever. And I honestly think that's partly because of like the style of the game that you get in the NCAA too, right? Where you let the hitters hit and the defenders defend, and it prolongs rallies and it makes things more exciting. And if you ask me, I think it's the best. It's the best product in volleyball is the NCAA, and I think it's because of the rules.
It's actually funny you say that, because one of the biggest differences for me, and obviously people are like, oh, commenting is commenting no matter where you are. The people that I work with for USA games, whether it be Love or NCAA or Athletes Unlimited, and you have a producer, and you have, exactly like you're talking about, you have coaches calls, you have storylines, you get different elements and assets that are brought into the match. And they're like, how do you do that for international games? And I'm like, I literally just sit in my room, in my studio, on my desk, by myself, talking to myself like a lunatic. Like, I have two personalities, and that's all you get.
Wait, you do that too?
Yeah.
Talk to yourself in your head? I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, it's polar opposite. Just that experience of, like, I've been in those meetings with people from VBTV, and they're like, this is what we're looking for. And it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, it just doesn't seem, I don't think it does. I think it does a disservice to the sport. Like, I don't think it really puts our best foot forward. So
the thing is, though, that I know there's probably a financial aspect that comes into it, because doing how many matches we do in the summer at the VNL, having people to bring in storylines and bring different videos and assets onto the broadcast would be a whole added, I think it would be difficult to do for every match.
It's not that difficult. It's just that they don't value it like that. I mean, I could speak from experience, is that they don't see the added value of having that kind of stuff up and out there. And it's really like, for them, like, having a commentator is just like checking off a box. Like, yeah, we've got one. That's cool. Right. And there's no one, like, when you're doing VBTV or CEV stuff, there's no one telling you like, hey, like, these are the touch points. These are the things that, like, we've talked about on the website. These are like the stars that we want to talk, right? There's none of those. There's no one identifying those within those organizations.
It's mostly whereas, up to the commentator, whoever you feel like talking about that day, that's the star of the show.
100%. So that's why we, that's like, if you're a member of the Volleyball Source Discord, commentators are a big conversation a lot of the time.
What about the refs? Who's worse, the commentators or the refs?
Who's worse? I feel like the refs are pretty good internationally. No?
I just know that there's like a lot of, and like I can only speak this like from like Canadian refs, like, and I'll say like it's not definitely not one of like the Canadian internationals, but there's a high up Canadian ref that years ago I talked to him. I was like, would you ever want to become an international? He's like, absolutely not. He's like, for me, the international referees, what they're looking for, it's way more about how you look. And it's like, are you holding your arm properly? Are
How you
you,
look.
you know, how do you look, not how you actually call the game.
Correct. Is your hand at a 45-degree angle? Are you
100%,
using your
yeah.
elbow? Are you using your shoulder?
Yeah.
Is your thumb pointing up or down?
Well, I
Side
feel like
Yeah.
those are the basics, though.
Ah,
Like, you probably have to do, for me, that seems like that would be a basic level.
yes.
Do it the way you're supposed to do it. And then the better
Correct.
referees will come to the forefront that know the game the best.
But if you can do it correctly and not call the game correctly,
They'll
Ooh.
choose that person.
they'll choose that person.
I don't
Because
like
I
that.
can be sloppy, and I can make every perfect call. They won't pick me.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone knows me, they know I have a tumultuous relationship with referees.
Do you? Oh, God.
I mean, took a
Don't
minute
get me
to-
in trouble here.
Hey, that's all I
For
said.
just purely
It took-
associating with you.
took I mean, yeah, it is a lot of it is a lot of it is a risk for you to have me on this stream.
I know. Everett got in trouble this summer because there was what was it, a Canada USA match, or was it Canada someone else? I don't remember.
No, yes, Canada USA.
Okay, and there was a call that he didn't like, and he went live that night and told everyone how angry he was and called some names, and he was a very naughty boy.
I did
Think getting a
go
copy of that
overboard in a way that I don't usually. I
You were
definitely
heated.
crossed. I was heated, and I definitely crossed my own lines.
Yeah.
On that one, which I don't often do. Like I often toe the line,
Yeah.
but that one got away from me. And the worst is that, like, you know, in the past I've been known to enjoy a beverage or two while watching a game. And I hadn't even enjoyed any beverages while watching that game.
What is your beverage of choice?
Ooh,
Hot cocoa.
yeah, with Bailey's.
Nice.
You know, whatever the establishment in which we're in is selling.
But what if the establishment is your home? What are you selling?
Yeah, what do you buy off yourself?
For myself, well, I mean, I do drink a lot of beers. I keep it pretty simple. Like I like
He's
a
of
good
age.
lager, like a wheat beer. Yeah, I'm 34 years old.
You don't look a day over 21, Everett.
Oh, Key, don't even get me started on ages and looking young. Okay, we've already talked about this when I had you on my
real?
podcast. You are the queen. I still need you to drop the skincare routine.
The skincare routine. The skincare routine is
but-
use good lighting. Don't get too close to the camera.
Yeah. But for me, I like drinking a little bit of everything. You know, I like wine. I worked as a bartender for 15 years, so I can make any cocktail you want. You know, I've worked in some pretty good cocktail bars here
Can you make a
in
Volleyverse
in
exclusive
Toronto.
cocktail?
I do have, so there is one like specialty that I made once. I have this like strawberry chocolate cocktail that I made
Ooh.
that, yeah, especially when I clarify it. And clarifying it is basically running your cocktail through milk, and it curdles, and it basically makes it shelf stable.
That sounds disgusting.
No, it is disgusting, but I guarantee
No, it
you,
is.
like, it gives you a bit of a different mouth feel, and it's like
Can
you'll
you
go to
never
a nice
use that
cocktail
word
bar
again?
and spend like $25-30 on a nice clarified cocktail because it takes like days to make. June just slaughtering me in the chat.
I know he's not happy about you.
But yeah, I have like a secret like strawberry chocolate cocktail, which is like really nice dessert cocktail that I have like bartender friends who want the recipe for it, and I won't give it up.
Molly McCage, frickin' blocks machine.
Well, the next time we have you, I think you should make a Volleyverse exclusive cocktail,
There you go.
and you show us how to make it live while we watch.
Okay,
the
we
game
can do
together.
that. I'm thinking like we used to be like we would need some like a butterfly pea flower because it's purple. Like we need to
What
make
flower?
it like a bit
Pea
of a
flower.
yeah, pea flower. So
What
like
the
I
heck is
would
that?
infuse, like I could infuse like vodka or gin or like maybe even like a tequila blanco and like butterfly pea flower, or like maybe like a little bit of lavender in there too. Like if we're going off like the purple vibes,
We're
we
still
could do something like
look.
that.
I don't know how we landed on purple. I was told we were going to be using a lot of different colors, but somehow purple seems to be the only color that we've been using.
Yeah. I'm looking
It's all
through and
that
it's
I've
like
been
it's a lot of
given.
purple. To be
Sorry.
honest, I
It's a
love
lot of
purple.
purple.
Growing up, I played for the Ottawa Kangaroos. We had purple jerseys. They were great. And then for many years, I coached for Phoenix Volleyball Club here in Toronto,
Mm.
and we also had purple jerseys. So I've worn a lot of purple in my life. I think I look good in it actually.
And
That
Austin
was a
is purple.
big block there. Who's purple? What? Sorry.
Austin. The match that we're
Oh yeah,
watching.
you're right. I mean, this is more of like a mauve.
Mo. Eric, that was one of Eric Sullivan's comments in one of the calls we did this week, and we're like, "Oh, how you doing?" He's like, "Been wearing a lot of purple recently." Don't think purple's his favorite color.
I think we need more purple in the world, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I like the
Purple
shade of
feels-
purple that Austin
Are
runs
you a
with.
purple person?
I really do.
Purple people later. I feel
Have
like
you heard the
Yeah.
theory about purple
no,
and purple people?
no.
So if purple's your favorite color, you are a purple person. Everything is purple.
What does it mean?
Your clothes are purple. Your bed sheets are purple.
Oh, you
your
can either
walls
like
are-
purple or you're a purple person.
No, the people who like purple are
No.
purple people.
So no one just likes it casually. If you
Correct.
like it, you're obsessed with it.
Correct.
My mom loves purple. She does have a lot of purple
So
things.
she's a purple person.
I mean, I don't know that she has like purple bed sheets, but she definitely has a few purple tops.
Oh, another block.
Time out.
This is getting spicy. Didn't Atlanta, one of their keys to the wins was spicy blocking? Mackenzie Adams coming up with a big time block there.
Spicy.
How does one block spicy?
That's an Everett question. He's a spicy memer.
Ooh. I mean, this is what they were putting up. But I think you just need to block aggressively.
So low hands and press.
Yeah,
Okay.
full press.
While we're talking color, there's another link that I wanted to have
Whoa,
a look
wait,
at.
they-
Can you bring up the
Sorry.
second Instagram thing?
Yes, I can.
And let's see if Everett's able to see it.
Atlanta just called on out of rotation.
Really?
I thought we weren't calling these anymore. How did that get called? Show us a replay. What happened here?
Well, you can still be out of rotation
Nope.
if you do it before the toss.
Oh, who's the oppo right now for Atlanta? Who's 18? Ivone Montano. Oh,
Montano.
that's the Colombian?
Mm-hmm.
She had no approach on that ball and still crushed it. Yeah, she's Colombian.
Okay, Danny's
Oh.
got some colors that I want us to look at. Because we didn't yet discuss. Junie says Everett's a king for using Muji pens. What's a Muji pen?
It's these Japanese pens here that I'm a little ADHD and I'm very particular about the type of pens I use. Like I need to have proper scratch feel, and these ones really scratch the itch in my brain.
Send me the
nicely.
link. I love a good pen.
Oh, you get them. So I buy them in these like 10
Bulk.
packs too. They're Japanese actually, so you know their quality.
Facts.
So, and Muji is kind of like upper scale Uniqlo. Like it's like a clothes store.
Why is Ozzy asking if I have an English accent? Come on, Ozzy.
I can hear you.
Ozzy is, in all fairness, he is Australian. So,
Oh, is he? Ozzy, I
Yeah.
lived in Melbourne for 3 years. So, I'm also British. I was born in England. I feel like most people who've ever heard me on commentary, that's the first thing they say. So maybe Ozzy's hearing me for the first time.
you do?
Nice to
Oh,
meet ya.
definitely not. Ozzy's been around for a long time. I think
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's the most commentator. He's commentated the most in the history of the Volleyball Source YouTube channel. He has the most comments all time.
Let's quickly look at this Instagram thing before it becomes 25 or 15 points. Okay, can you see it? So each player has kind of like a signature style, and one of my favorite ones. Can you pull up the one with Bia? The pink.
Oh,
Because we were speaking of purple, but she wears pink mascara, and I don't think I've ever seen a player do that. And I think it looks so freaking
really?
cool. Yeah, have you seen this?
Pink mascara? No, I haven't seen that. Do you think I'd look good in pink mascara?
I think you'd look good in anything, Everett.
Well, that's
Everett, you
I
gotta
would
wear
disagree.
purple mascara. not
Asia.
Pink.
We should come in costume next time.
Oof. What do you
That
wanna
would be
dress up
fun.
as?
I did one year for Halloween. I dressed up as Roberto Piazza.
Oh, you told me that.
Yeah,
You like had a bald
I got like
head.
I got a grabbed a bald cap, and then
And
I
he
had like
loved it.
he loved it. I showed him the picture actually at VNL one year, and he
He's
loved
great.
it.
He's such a legend. I feel like you should dress
Alright.
up as Daddy Stankovic one
It
day.
is there.
I just don't have the hair for that. Like I need to get a real good wig, you know.
I told you I called one of his matches recently. I think I called him Daddy on air.
Do it.
What?
There's a player that Everett loves, Everett and Rob. I don't know
No,
who.
it wasn't.
no, no.
That was all. That was all.
I was
Rob,
saying to
so.
Okay.
I was
Oh,
wanting
the
your
Atlanta
response.
coach is freaking out about something. Oh, that's crazy mascara.
Yeah, can you see him?
Yo, I love that.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, she's
Is it
She's cool.
waterproof?
probably waterproof. Yeah, it probably have to be waterproof.
The Atlanta
so-
coach,
So Everett,
Sorry, go
they
ahead.
call this one player. What's his real first name?
Dragan Stankovic.
Dragan Stankovic. And for the last few years, they've just called him Daddy Stankovic in all of their streams, and they'll like Photoshop photos of his face into their stream wherever. Anyway, I called one of his matches, and I shouted him out as Daddy Stankovic, according to the Volleyball Source 2.0 guys or something like that.
He is aware of it. He was aware of it. It got to him.
There's some times where I have to be broadcast key that I'm like, is it okay to call someone daddy on when
No.
you're working
Once
for
it-
the Champions League or
No,
for the Italian League?
Never. No. Never.
Well, I don't think anyone
Never.
is like sitting there like auditing what you're saying, so I think you're good. Like,
So
depends.
far, so good. So
It
far,
depends on
so
what
good.
broadcast she's on.
Yeah,
I mean,
because sometimes
we've got
fans
other-
will hear me
we-
say something random and they'll be
Because
like, "Oh my god, that
on
was
this
the best
one-
part of the stream."
In this one, I moderated.
like we've got other
And the
commentators
answer's
who
no.
can't pronounce players' names right, who don't know what's happening in the sport. Like, you know, there's much bigger worries when it comes down to those streams. Can Austin close this out here? Yes, they can. Maddie out of the back
Coco is
row.
pissed.
Yeah, there was something in the
happened?
last, like 2 plays ago that
Card
was missed.
Yellow card.
means nothing.
Yellow card at the end of the game is a little bit wild.
And he's still going at it. Give him the red. Give him the red.
Which team got
And the
called
red.
out of system?
Atlanta.
Oh, that could.
But
have
then there
been
was like
nice.
a couple points. I'm honestly gonna.
Oh, great swing.
My gosh.
My
Grubs.
gosh. Great swing.
Beach Volley Inc. says it's 3 a.m. in Portugal, and he or she is joining us. Thank you.
Look at that. Game
I'm
over.
rewatching.
Weekend.
I'm rewatching the play where he freaked out because it was at 13-12 and it made it 14-12 because I want to see what Coco's mad about here.
Oh, Lana. Sorry, guys.
I was just there.
Yeah, so Coco's mad about.
You watching it back?
Yeah. He was mad about the Austin rotation there, and they were saying that they were out of rotation.
And he was mad that they were saying Atlanta were out of rotation.
That Austin, well, because Atlanta got called on it, and then Austin, I guess, was out of rotation.
And he,
I don't know. I'm rewatching it again just to try to see where it was.
what happened?
Because he's
Yeah.
animated like as the serve is happening.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
We're
Oh, so-
shaking hands and he's still animated.
Gotcha. So he's saying if we got called on it, they should get called on it too.
Yeah, like he's as the serve is going in, he's like pointing.
Gotta call it both ways.
Yeah,
Little shots.
damn.
Well, damn. I actually wasn't. I mean, I was happy that it went 5 sets. I actually didn't mind who was going to win, but I kind of was rooting for Atlanta just because they're underdogs.
I feel like this Atlanta team is so much better. Oh, I want to listen to what Bree has here. I think they're a lot better than what their record shows.
You want to listen to what Bree has? Oh, did you go back to live? And
Yeah,
you're
I went
a
back
couple
to live.
seconds earlier than us, or than me.
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah, I am. Sorry.
That's okay. It's over. Match is over.
So does that put Austin first?
I think so.
Because they're in second before today.
Can we bring it up on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've only brought like 3 things on the screen today. I get so distracted that by just chatting. Jarrett's happy. That's like most of his team right there. Jarrett Elliott. Texas Longhorns. Oh yeah, they're the standings on TV as well. Salt Lake, Austin. Still didn't know, so they didn't overtake. But Atlanta's not looking good. Okay, now I've got Brie on headset. Did you already listen to it?
Oh, I'm still listening to it, but I'm like a good minute ahead of you guys. Yeah.
I'm not listening anyway, so I should maybe listen in. What do I have? I think I have that muted. I do. You give me a little bit.
Lukey Dory Fleck did play the entire game. I knew I didn't really play.
So that was the show, everyone. I feel like we touched on a couple of things. I feel like we should at least close it out by answering my trivia question.
Okay. Yeah.
I should round that out. I don't want to leave people hanging. Do you have any final guesses now that you know it's not? Who was your guess? Someone guessed Logan. You guessed. Who did you guess, Everett?
I guess Jimerson.
Okay, yeah.
Which was wrong.
Should I give you a clue as to which team it's on? She's on.
Yeah.
Austin.
Okay.
But she didn't play.
Okay. That's a little tougher then.
You know who she is though.
Do I?
You 100% know her.
Is it Magdalena Jurkic?
No, she's Atlanta.
Oh, on Austin.
Go look at the roster.
Rosters here. Don't look at the roster.
No, you can look at the roster.
Mm-hmm.
What was the guess?
Is it Kat Bell?
The clue you had? You gave
The clue, should I give you the clue again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Okay, her grandfather played for the Cleveland Indians, and her uncle was an American gladiator. So I guess you know it's not Brie because she's not American.
Is it? Is it Carly Lloyd?
Yes.
Really?
I feel like I thought you would have known that. I feel like her uncle being a gladiator, I thought would give it away because I've definitely heard that on the broadcasts before. Well, there you go.
No, I didn't know that. The big reason why I'm a big fan of Carly Lloyd is that back when the McKibbins were at the height of their YouTube days, they came to the Vancouver Open and they did a video about the Vancouver Open. And I was actually heavily featured in that video. Oh, yeah. And I ended up, because they also brought me in like Chris Densmore, who was the CEO of Volleyball BC at the time, also brought me in to do some media for that event. And so I ended up like watching a bunch of their games, and Carly was there and like talking to her and getting to know her and stuff like that. And this was like 2018, maybe 2019. Yeah, 2019 actually. And so it was like she had already gone to the Olympics, and I clearly like knew who she was. And then later on that summer, I went to the Chicago AVP and shot them a bunch, and would just like sit on the sidelines and chat with Carly. And so she became my homie for, you know, a few weekends.
Yeah.
And she's just like so cool and down to earth,
Yeah.
and like such a great person. So yeah, like I really enjoyed like just hanging out with her. And it was also cool because like I'd like watched her for a while, and, you know, really liked her as a player, and then got to meet her, and she was just so fucking rad. Oh, sorry.
That's right. We'll allow it.
You can curse.
I don't think I've ever heard a bad review of Carly Lloyd. Like, she's just like the sweetest human ever. She
Yeah,
played at
pretty
Busto
much.
the year before I came, and we actually crossed paths quite often after that because I moved into the apartment that she had lived in. And so our neighbors
Oh,
were our landlords, and she, the year before, had become best friends with them. And I did the same thing because they were just the sweetest couple ever and had this little girl, and they would invite me over for dinners and just lovely people. And so before I had even ever met her, we had this connection of like a best friend family that lived right next to us. That we then, by the time we did, we were like, oh, we know we're going to like each other because we love them and they love us. You know what I mean?
playing for the Butterflies with those sparkly jerseys.
E farfalle. Yeah, that was the coolest season ever.
Fafale.
We will talk more about that in future. Okay, so how else do we end the stream, Everett? Do we need to talk about the game? Do we need to close out like thoughts, questions,
Yeah, I mean,
queries? How does it work?
what were your thoughts of the game?
From what I saw, let me look at some stats. That's a good point because I actually didn't really. Okay, tested 20 points, baller. We knew she would though. She's been
Yeah,
effective every single game. That's one thing
she
I
really
like.
has been.
I love and hate about Atlanta's team is that she has always been effective. She doesn't really take games off. I feel like we were talking about Skinner kind of does. She is efficient every single time, but the rest of the team sometimes doesn't step up. And like you can't have a good team unless there's balance, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
off.
but like they do have a lot of balance. Like Tessa's got 21, Kenzie Adams is 15, Ofebu. Like that's one thing is that like you've got like 24 combined points down the middle.
Tonight they did,
Yeah,
but
and
there
Eva
have been nights
Hudson.
where they haven't had any balance.
Yeah, Eva Hudson. I'm a little surprised at how she's struggling to score,
Mm,
but she's also passing the ball really well. Like she's 62% positive out there,
that's good.
on 37 on 37 targets, right? So she's getting targeted in serve receive and really holding up her end. So once she's able to how to figure out, and like once again, like it's really tough for these NCAA girls to kind of finish because you're planning your entire season to peak in December. And then you also have to go right back and have to play once again in through January through May. So it's really, really difficult.
That's also a good point that you make that Peanut Panoy only touched 12 balls for
Yeah.
Atlanta, whereas Zoe Jarvis was served 26 times. So that's one thing that Austin did really well was that they nailed their target. They didn't let
Yeah.
the libero
And then
touch the ball at
they
all.
put a lot put a lot of pressure on the outsides, in serve receivers. Atlanta maybe wasn't as focused. Honestly, like that's kind of something that I've noticed a lot in international volleyball and just like professional volleyball in general in Europe is like they don't often have serving targets. You know, like, and I've been noticing it in the men's game. Like, for example, Lube beat Verona this weekend 3-0. And Lube has been kind of like up and down and struggling, and Verona's been so damn good. But Lube just did it by breaking Nomori Keita in serve receive. And they ended up having to put him on the right side and taking Darlin out. And it completely changed everything. And like I've been saying it from the beginning, but I was going back and like so few teams target like Keita when he's in the back row or when he's in serve receive. And I just don't know why.
Did they
Like
hide him?
it's no, like not even. And like for sometimes like they're just like spreading it out. And it's like there's like so many teams don't have like serving strategies.
Would you
Like I
say
don't
that's a
understand
men's game
why.
thing? Because I feel like men are more like, I'm just going to go back and crank the ball and I don't care where it goes as long as it goes in.
Yes
I mean,
and
I
no.
feel like it's a bit of a,
Yes and no.
it needs to be a bit of a balance, you know? Like you have to have some guys who have like the green light to just go down there and pound it. But if you're not in the upper echelon, like if you're not hitting 125 kilometers plus, or like even pushing into the 130s, then to me, like I need you to go back there and put it on target. And that's exactly what Lube did. Like Lepke and Botolo and Nikolov were all targeting the crap out of Keita throughout this one. And I feel like it's like one of those aspects of the European game that's kind of missing.
Well, yes and no, because the coaches still tell them where to go. Like there's still a strategy behind it. There's difference between a green light and hitting the crap out of the ball and saying, "Hey, hit the crap out of the ball, but this is the seam I want you to serve it at." If it gets there, it gets there. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're a little bit more lenient to your point when it's, going 135 kilometers an hour, but at the same time,
But like
the secret in the sauce, you know where to go because you're watching hours of film, who to serve, what seam. Now, if it gets there, it's a different story. But there's a game plan.
honestly, sometimes it doesn't even seem like it when I'm watching like Lega volley matches and I'm like looking at their stats afterwards. Like it just seems like, are you like targeting like the front row left side? Are you targeting like their best player? Are you targeting like the weak link? You know, like for me when I was coaching, like especially when I was coaching at the college level, like our serving game plan was everything, and it was either we were serving to the best player on their team to try to break them. And like, I mean, that's something that you definitely do with Keita, or you're serving for someone who's like a really works the weak serve receiver, which is also Keita. But yeah, like too often I'm like looking at the stat sheet after these matches, especially in like the Lega volley, and I'm looking like teams playing against Verona, and I was like, why aren't you trying to serve Keita off the floor? Like that just seems to be so obvious, and yet it doesn't actually happen. Like even take a little bit off of it to try to target them. You know, like for me, like I look at the numbers here for Atlanta tonight, and you've served each of their serve receivers 20 times. Like they're just like, are you trying to overload one person? Are you trying to put someone else out of position? Like what's the thought process, or what's the game plan behind that?
Who's that? Atlanta serving, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
including their libero as well. Everyone's got like an even distribution.
Yeah.
Whereas Austin on the other side, what were they doing? Yeah, they served 37 times. Mackenzie Adams 37 times. Eva Hudson, and the next closest was 12. So yeah, they had the game plan that you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's just like they were like, it was clear that Sullivan was like, hey, let's keep the ball away from Pinay as much as possible, and really just put it on their outsides. It doesn't matter really which one.
Yeah.
And like maybe it's just like, hey, we're gonna go for the front row right outside the entire game, right? Try to take them out of the offense as much as possible, and not even try to serve the seams, because like they're not even trying. They're trying to keep that ball away from six as much as possible, but just keep that pressure on the front row left side the entire time.
For sure. This is the most stats we've talked all stream. We did such a good job of keeping it non-volleyball. Apparently that's what you're supposed to do, right?
I mean, we're hanging out.
We're hanging out.
watching
Now we're
the game.
broadcasting. Okay, so main takeaways, reactions. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Maddie had 23, but I think like she had 9 in the first, and then like 14 throughout the rest of the match. So I think Bree did a really good job at managing her offense. Like Asia O'Neal going 17 for 24 down the middle is huge, right? Swinging is 71%, and her playing Asia off of Maddie in the way that she did all game long was great. But then Logan Eggleston really came through in the clutch, especially in that third set.
Yeah.
To really lead them. So I think Bree has set like a really good match here. And you know, like that was kind of our question mark coming in, is like, if Maddie's not scoring, who's going to be the next player up? And Asia O'Neal to me is like that clear indication. And I mean, they're passing pretty well too. Like they're 61% positive passing, which means that like they're pretty much in system 61% of the time.
Yeah. I question though if there's some danger having your middle blocker be your second top scorer.
I definitely think there is.
Yeah,
You know,
Maddie
especially
Banks had only 10
especially
points. Is that enough?
yeah. Probably not, especially only like a 13% efficiency. Like, you know, your two outsides are at 13 and 16% efficiency. Like Logan Eggleston's only swinging at 29%. So like that's definitely got to be higher.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, like that's not winning you a match in the Champions League if we want to make that comparison.
Yeah.
So I think that's still where that transition and like the difference between like the USA style of game and the and like the international style of game. So there's still a big gap there.
All right. I think that kind of closes it out. I don't know if there's anything else we need to discuss.
Should we check the chat?
Should we check the chat? Let's check the chat.
Doesn't look like there's anything in the chat.
Asia was the MVP for you, Aussie. Great job, chat. Thanks for jumping in. We got some good questions today, I feel like. That was good.
The Discord came through clutch.
Good job, Discord. Discord. Okay. Well, final thoughts before we close it out. Danny, anything? We lost.
You want to give a final guess?
Final guess for what?
Me, the mystery.
No, we'll keep it a mystery. Bring it to the next stream.
I feel like we've already it won't be much of a game. We've already given away so much tonight.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta trickle it in. Okay. Anything else, Everett?
No, thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
This was fun. We should do this
should
again.
Do it again.
I kind of, one of my hot takes in the last stream was I almost prefer this to actual broadcasting.
Because it's the best of all the worlds.
Exactly.
You get to hang out, you know, technically skip out on a few points because you're talking, you're hanging out, you're getting to see the other side
watching
of
it at a bar.
being a fan again.
Exactly.
And then, all right, oh, that was a nice swing. And then bring up the stat, bring up a story, bring up this. So, like, yeah, it is more fun than broadcasting because at a certain point, you're going to get sick of saying, kill.
I don't want to dump too hard on broadcasting because that is still how I make my money.
No, but
this was much more casual.
It's
this
a
is
lot more casual.
I feel I can just hang out and be myself, be my nerdy self.
Now I'm curious to see how would your broadcasting experience be if Everett and I were actually there and we're not hanging out, we're broadcasting with you.
Oh, it'd be totally different. It's much more structured. There's someone calls
meant,
the play-by-play, someone then talks.
I meant your enjoyment. Like if
you guys were on the broadcast.
If I was color, and you guys were play-by-play.
You guys are way too ADD. I wouldn't get anything done.
I don't know.
Like, Ever have you and I called a game together? We haven't, have we?
No, we haven't.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, no, we haven't. I've only ever been given a shot once to commentate for VBTV, even though I've been recommended many times by a number of people. And then, I mean, well, you of all people, actually, you're probably the only person who knows what actually happened with all that. So,
and we'll keep it that way to the grave.
Yeah, and we will keep it that way.
Okay. I think this was really fun.
I would love to. I think it would be fun to call a game together sometime. Who would do play-by-play and who would do color? I think I would do play-by-play because you have so many good tidbits.
I don't know if I have tidbits. We could just trade off. I'll do one, you do one.
That'd be fun too.
Let us know in the comments if you want to see it. That's what we're supposed to say, right? All right. I've waffled enough. Let's officially sign off of this stream and let people go to bed. The people that are in Portugal and watching at some crazy, ridiculous hour. This was really fun. Austin is playing again. Wait, I wrote this down. Atlanta's playing Madison on the 7th, 2 p.m. Eastern. And Austin's playing Houston on the 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for those matches if you want. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being in the stream. Thanks so much. Follow us on socials as well. Volleyverse. Do we have a graphic for that? We're working on it.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And
like and subscribe.
Everett. See you soon. Thanks so much.
Adios. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Bye.